Now, I know another priority of yours is to see Cambridge as a model community for aging in place, for senior citizens to be able to stay in Cambridge and lead happy, productive, healthy lives. How do you plan to do that?
Well, I'm not going to do it alone. There's are a number of people who are working on this. I think once Beacon Hill Village developed this this model that they have, where people are in their homes and they get what they need through a kind of basically a concierge service. That concept became very interesting in the world of baby boomers, many baby boomers coming along, and you saw it featured in the New York Times. And in Cambridge, it turned into, well, what are we going to do here? You know, obviously people want to stay in Cambridge. Some people even want to come to Cambridge when they're retiring. It's a great place to be. There's so much going on. So what can we do? And first thing we have to do is coordinate what's going on, so that if anybody calls up anybody who's dealing with this, they can say, oh yes, we can find you transportation, or oh yes, there is social service over here, and yes, you can find the subsidy you need to stay in your home, or here's the information you need about a tax rebate. So the first thing is information, and making sure the information is uniformly available regardless of where you're living in the city and what your income is, and that you can find the information that makes sense for you.
And you put out your own newsletter, right?
I do.
How many?
Can I show the
absolutely.
viewers my newsletter with
Yes.
a little note which has your phone number on it? This is my news in a letter, which I put out twice a year, and it gives people a little bit of information about a lot of different things. I've had enormously positive responses.
And how many people do you send this out to?
I send it to anybody who wants it. So anybody who's out there who hears about this and wants to be getting it, they should call me at 617-547-0877.
Great.
Or go to my, email me at henrietta@henriettadavis.org. I'm happy to send it out. I do the best I can to send it to
And about
a
how
bunch of
many go
people.
out each time?
6,000,
6,000.
10,000 last time.
Wow.
But 6,000, so it's not free.
Right.
Not free to send it, and it's
Right.
not, and it takes time, but it's really worth it. It's worth it to me because I think it empowers our citizenry.
I have 2 minutes left, so I'm going to call this the
2
rapid
minutes,
round.
Okay, all right.
15-second answers. Can you think you can do that?
Buzz.
Okay. Would you vote to renew the city's manager's contract if elected?
I believe I would. Yes, of course I would.
Who would you vote for if not yourself?
For what,
For city council.
Oh, for city council?
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness. I haven't read all the literature yet, so I couldn't possibly tell you.
Okay. What's one question you would like to pose to another candidate?
One question. Will you vote for me for mayor?
So the next question, would you consider yourself for mayor as a...
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I would.
Some councilors have been in office for close to 2 decades. Would you support some form of term limits?
I think the voters do the term limits in our system, and that's the way it ought to be.
Are you religious?
Not particularly.
What's the highest degree you've attained?
Oops. I'm a little spiritual, but I'm not.
Okay.
Okay. Highest degree, I have 2 master's degrees.
Okay. And as
Social work and public administration from the Kennedy School.
Nice. As chair of the Cable TV, Telecommunications, and Public Utilities Committee, will you continue to support CCTV?
Of course. Of
All
course
right.
I would.
Great.
We're having great success working on the digital divide with CCTV, and
You
I
have the
want to
last
thank Susan
word.
Fleischman.
You got
My last word is
15 seconds. It's all yours.
Oh my goodness! Well, the most important word, of course, I have to say is that that I need your #1 vote, and that may sound like everybody says that. One of the things that I've heard is that there are candidates going around saying, "Oh, she's a sure thing; she doesn't need a vote." But in our system, in our proportional representation system, we never run unopposed, and the only way that you can get elected is to set down a base of #1 votes. I got enough #1 votes last time, but I also needed #2 votes. So my theory is, because some people move and so on and so forth, I need all the #1 votes I got before, plus probably another 20%, just to make up for the fact that there's turnover. So if you're somebody who's thinking, I don't need the #1 vote, I do, and I want to continue serving you and serving Cambridge, and I hope you will support me. Thank you very much. And
Thank you very
Ben.
much. Thanks for coming
That's
in.
fun. Thanks.
Again, be sure to tune in 7 p.m. November 2nd, Inside City Hall debate. Stay right there. Eddie Sullivan's here. I'll be back in a bit.